Behind me here is the Geely Jiaji, the third model in Geely's lineup that will wear the Proton badge as promised in Proton and Geely's partnership. The Jiaji is a 3-row MPV that will arrive in Malaysia after the much anticipated Proton X50 crossover, which we had reviewed. Click on the pop-up banner above to watch it if you haven't. As you can tell from my winter clothing, I'm in China to test drive the Jiaji myself and find out what's so great about the car, what are the cool features about it, and see what's in store for Proton's next MPV. Log on to Wapcar.my for the latest reviews, comparisons, and car prices to help you find your perfect car. And don't forget to click on the subscribe button. This one here is the high-spec 1.5-litre turbocharged mild hybrid petrol variant, so it gets all the bells and whistles. Personally, I quite like the exterior design of the Jiaji, incorporating some of Geely's latest design language. Up front, you get an expanding Cosmo grille, a wide front bumper, floating roof effect on the C-pillars, as well as large 18-inch alloys. What I'm not a fan of is the sculpture of the rear profile. In 2D pictures, it masks a huge bulge around the center here, which I find it a little bit weird, but other than that, it's a pretty good looking MPV. The Jiaji actually rides on a different platform from the Proton X50's BMA platform. Dimensions-wise, it's more sizable than a Proton Exora, longer in length and wheelbase. The Jiaji also has a ground clearance of 165mm or 10mm taller than a Proton Exora, which makes it super helpful when clearing those annoying bumps. The first time sitting inside a Jiaji, you'll be blown away by its design and perceived quality. If you told me this was something from a Mercedes-Benz, I would have taken your word for it, no questions asked. All the important touch points are soft and feels very high quality. Over to the center, you have a 12.3-inch widescreen touchscreen infotainment system with the latest intelligent voice command system, although it doesn't support Apple CarPlay nor Android Auto. But what surprised me was how slick the touchscreen operates. This is basically iPad level stuff. Compared to the X70, which I felt was already really good, this is another step up. Over to the driver's side, you have a 7-inch full LCD instrument cluster display with active heads-up display, which you can turn on and off via a button down here. Storage space in here is pretty sufficient, but most of the storage will have to be over down here in the floating center console, because the center armrest is pretty shallow and you don't have a lot of cubby spaces to put your things around. Some of the cool features that I really like about the Jiaji include a wireless charging tray, 72 color ambient lighting, that's 8 colors more than a Merc, full-size panoramic sunroof that creates an airy cabin, as well as a heated and chilled function for the center cup holder. That's really cool. The Jiaji is available in either a 6 or 7-seater configuration. This one here is the 7-seater with a 2+2+3 layout. While the front seat is all great, the rear seats start to get a little bit disappointing. You can see my sitting posture. I don't have a lot of thigh support down here, and that's because the floor is quite high up. It's raised quite high up. I'm 175 cm tall, and the front seat is adjusted to my usual driving position, and this is the amount of space that I have. To get a really comfortable sitting position, I would have to recline the seats just ever so slightly to get more support on my thighs. Adjustments on the middle row is not all that great because this is the maximum I can push behind. Yeah. Other amenities in here include rear air vents, Bose switch for the passenger seat, USB charging port, as well as a nice armrest. Getting into the third row seats is really easy because there's a center walkway back here. And seated back here, wow, I'm pretty surprised. The second row is pushed all the way backwards and I still have just alright enough of space. I would imagine this is something you get from a Honda BR-V or Perodua Arus. But on normal usage, this is perfectly comfortable for an adult. And the backrest, wow, it's reclined just ever so slightly. I can get a very comfortable sitting position. Although I have to say that the floor is mounted even higher up to accommodate the hybrid battery on the plug-in hybrid variants. Yeah, it makes me look like I'm a little bit squatting. Not very cool. But other than that, amenities back here is aplenty. I have a seat pocket in the front, rear air vents, plenty of storage space, as well as a USB charging port to charge my phones. Overall, thumbs up for the third row seats on the Jiaji. Selected variants of the Jiaji has the option for a powered tailgate, which is really convenient. Open up, the boot though is pretty laughable. It's smaller than a Honda BR-V, for example. a small back. Yeah, it takes up the space. You can always fold the rear seats down, but even so, there's quite a huge hump right here, so you cannot easily slide your things in and out. So if you're gonna balik kampung with 7 in the car, you're gonna have to be really creative with your luggage. Because the launch of Proton's next MPV is at least a few years away and we're not even sure which powertrain options is destined for the Malaysian market, I didn't spend too much time going into the details of the driving review. But what I can tell you is this 1.5-litre 3-cylinder turbocharged mild hybrid engine makes 190 PS and 300 Nm of torque. Power is sent to the front wheels via a 7-speed wet dual-clutch transmission. Engine performance is superb with healthy delivery of power throughout the rev range and definitely sufficient for this 7-seater MPV. Although refinements of the 3-cylinder engine and dual-clutch transmission is not quite up there with bigger brands that we're more familiar with like BMW or Volkswagen. In terms of ride and handling, the Jiaji resists body roll quite well, even with 7 on board. Although the suspension is on the firmer side of things, but that is what the Chinese market demands. Expect the Jiaji when it arrives to Malaysia or overseas market, it's going to have a much suppler suspension setup, hopefully with some Proton ride and handling DNA. Overall, the Geely Jiaji's interior, features and overall driving dynamics is really impressive and Malaysians has lots to look forward to Proton's next MPV. Now the only question is, how much will Proton's next MPV will be priced? Thanks for watching, we hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. Leave us a comment down below, what do you think about Proton's next MPV?